living in the house of the soul's belonging, when you know without a doubt that you made it home. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, coming back to the holy ground that's always known. In the kingdom of love, there is no competition, no contradiction, and no control. You can take possession and you can claim your passion, working on a building that cannot be bombed or sold. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, where you know without a doubt that you made it home. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, coming back to the holy ground that you've always known. Step into the feeling of sweet surrender. Let yourself remember who you are. Well, you can take your own sweet time, and you can ease your troubled mind in the secret sanctuary of the heart. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, where you know without a doubt that you made it home. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, coming back to the holy ground that you've always known. Kindness you can hold, and you know you can take it with you wherever you go. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, where you know without a doubt that you made it home. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, coming back to the holy ground that you've always known. Coming back to the holy ground that you've always known. DJ Martin.
Thank you, Dallas Talley, everyone. Woo! Thank you so much. That was great. Wow, what a way to start. Good morning. It is Sunday. Whew. Wow. Did anybody get up this morning and think, wow, fall is almost here? I got up and asked my husband, Rick, who I said, he always checks his phone, and we have a little frog on our phone that tells us exactly what the weather's going to be like. And I said, what's the frog say, honey? It says it's 59 degrees. I'm like, oh, gosh. Fall is here. Beautiful day, though. Thank you for coming out on this wonderful gray morning, but so glad to see your smiling faces. So it's wonderful that you could be here this morning. Thank you, thank you. My name is Reverend Lori Irwin Johnson, if you don't know, if you've never been here before, and I go I use the pronouns she and her. And if this is your first time with us, I'd like to welcome you. Thank you for joining us. I know we are not live streaming right now, so you're getting this after the fact, but thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for those of you who are new in the building. So I'd like to introduce our musical guest, Talley, and his special lovely assistant, Linda Smull. And they're going to join us with some wonderful music today, so thank you for being here. I have an announcement, or maybe just, not really an announcement, but just a secret to say. Well, it's not too much of a secret. Those of you that were here yesterday know that I'm not seeing very well. I'm having trouble with my eyes, brand new glasses, and the brand new glasses have overcorrected, so my eyes are really sore, so I can't really read today. So have you ever watched the show Whose Line Is It Anyway? We're gonna go. I'll talk about that in a minute. So that's how we're doing it today. So let's see how it goes. But first, before we start, I'd like to start off with a prayer for protection. So if you know the prayer for protection, please say it with me. If you're unfamiliar with the prayer, it's on the desk back there. You can pick it up. And for those of you online, you can see it on the screen. So let us pray. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. And wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And let's just take a moment just to feel ourselves in our present moment, in this space and time. Breathing in and out. Knowing that we are. Just say to yourself, I am. And that's good enough. We get so busy with our lives, so busy moving forward and doing and just trying to get things done, and we just sometimes forget to be. Say to yourself again, I am. And that is all I need to be right now. And then I wait, and we'll wait for what happens next. We're embodying the yes and mentality this morning. And as we move through the day and the week, let's also bring that to our center of our being, knowing that, yes, this is what is, and we are waiting for the next. We're so grateful we could be with each other this morning, grateful that we had the time, took the time to be here, knowing that we need to be with each other, need to hold each other in our hearts and our minds as we sit together, going through this experience of life with gratitude and thankfulness. We say, so it is. Amen. All right, we're going to have Dallas and Linda come back for another song.
Okay, this one is a chant. And you have the words in front of you. I think some of you do anyway. If you don't, you can share. So it's one that we have done before, maybe a long time ago. We're going to go through it as many times as you want. So I'm going to do 3 times, and then if you want to do more, just go like this. To her we shall return like a drop of rain flowing to the a drop of rain flowing to the ocean. We all come from the mother, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain flowing to the ocean. From the mother, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain flowing to the ocean.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Lovely. Ah. Our affirmation for today: I accept what is and invite what's next. Let's say it again. I accept what is and invite what's next. And our reading for today is very short. And it's by Gay Hendricks from his book, Conscious Living. He said, "We keep ourselves so tied up in regretting the past and fearing the future that we don't even have any energy left to figure out who we are and what we want to create right now. How much of my own life experience had it taken to learn this principle? How much of my own energy had I frittered away trying to control the uncontrollable?" And our spiritual lesson for today is from Epictetus. Epictetus? It's Greek, so I'm not very good at that. And from his book, The Art of Living. And it's the secret of happiness is knowing that there are some things you can control and some things you cannot. So I don't know about you, but I'm a person who completely plans everything. I have a schedule. I have a calendar. I like to make sure that I have all my details and all my ducks in a row. I want everything in order. And I just recently got a new pair of glasses, and I said that a few minutes ago, and it has prisms. And the prisms are compensating for an overcorrection I have in one of my eyes. And so it was working too hard. So it gave me the ability, these new glasses, for this part of my eye that's been doing this, I guess, my entire life, to relax. The problem with the relaxing of the eye that did all the work is the fact that the other eye has to work a little harder now. So now I got this imbalance. And I expected to be all prepared to be able to write my script today, to be able to be here and have it all out, and I could practice it really well, and I'd be all ready. And I couldn't see my screen to type last night. So what's on here? I have no idea. But I'm one of those people that likes to be planned. I have schedules. How many of you schedule? I have a schedule. I have a calendar. If I didn't have my calendar in order, I wouldn't know what was going on in my world. I have notifications on my phone, notifications on my computer. It tells me exactly where I need to be and when. And it's really important because I work remotely, and so my colleagues that I work with, I don't see them in person, so they're not in me going, "Oh, we have a meeting in 10 minutes." I have to have somebody tell me that. So my computers and my phone tells me that. But what I need to do, and I need to remember, and this is what I was talking about, is the show Whose Line Is It Anyway? And again, how many of you seen that? Whose Line Is It Anyway? It's been on TV for 20 years. Love that show. And if you don't know the show, it is a comedy improv show. So what they do is they get topics, these 4 actors or 4 comedians, get these topics to act out in the moment. And then they have to from that moment and from that topic, they have to move forward and create something that is entertaining. And then they always do. They're very talented, very good actors, and they come up with something absolutely hilarious. And if I ever need to be picked up or a better mood, I always turn them on on YouTube and they just make me laugh and laugh and laugh. Well, when you're in an improv comedy, they use a method called yes and. And for those of you actors out there, probably know exactly what I'm talking about. So what it is that you're taking the situation at hand, the topic or the situation that you're put in, and then you're open to what's happening next. So you go with this mentality of, yes, I accept what is, and I'll move forward in response. And this is how they move forward in the scene. So when you're doing improv, that's what happens. Now, there's this wonderful thing that I was introduced to called improvisational dance. And it's a partner type dance. And I always thought dance was improv anyway. You know, you go somewhere and you're like boogieing based on what you hear. But these guys are really good. And so they come in and they have numbers on, just like if you were doing a competition, which I think this one was a competition. And they come in, they've never danced together, they get put together, and then all of a sudden they have to create these really elaborate dances in the moment. It's absolutely gorgeous. If you get a chance, it's awesome. But the thing is that mentality of, yes, this is what I have right now, this is what I'm experiencing, and I can move forward with that. I commit to moving forward. And that's kind of my mentality today. I am committing to moving forward despite what's going on with my brain and my eyes. And the thing is that with this television show, it taught me a lot of things, that we have to be willing to look at life as if it's not planned. I mean, how many things in your life have you planned to the T and had it go exactly the way you planned? Not ever. Not ever. It's never happened to me. Unless you're a perfectionist like Denise. I mean, maybe Denise, but not me. It's never happened to me. And the thing is that you are looking at this with the mentality of freshness. I am moving forward with this new idea that's in the moment. It's an adventure. It's a journey. And I'm going off in this idea that I didn't have any idea in the beginning what it was or even what I was going to do. But here we go. And that happens a lot, unfortunately, to me lately. And I think it's Spirit telling me, really, that I need to do this. And so this year has been a year of yes and. Yes, this is what's happening. And I need to figure a way to move forward. So I'm a little bit of a worrier. You can ask my husband. He will tell you. I worry about everything. I talk about everything in my brain over and over and over again. I plan in advance, even though I don't write it down. I still have it. I chew it over and I chew it through and I just never spit it out. It stays there. I ruminate all the time. Now he's on the opposite end. He's like, okay. And then that's the way he goes about life. I would love to go through life with that idea of, oh yeah, let's just do it. And I'm like, that's weird. How can you not be prepared in advance? And that's exactly what happens to me. I have to prepare, and I go over and over and over. And sometimes I get a little catastrophic. How many times have you thought of things, you start worrying, and then all of a sudden you're like, but what if this happens? Or what if this happens? Well, thank goodness that Spirit doesn't move quickly. Because if I were like, oh my gosh, what if I were manifesting that in my world, you know? Like, what if, the car broke down, or what if I couldn't remember what I was going to say, or I couldn't read my lines today? What if, Well, Spirit is a lovely, lovely, supportive entity in the world, energy, or whatever you want to think of it, and says, we'll give it a minute to sit. And that's a good thing, because there's a little bit of a delay. Whenever we want something, yes, thank goodness there is a delay. We don't get it immediately, because we want to make sure that we know exactly what we're doing. And so it always reminds me of some times in my life where things haven't gone the way I wanted to. And I was talking just yesterday, and I told everybody today is homecoming Sunday for us here at Unity of Tacoma, and no one knew what I was talking about because I didn't explain it, right? So homecoming Sunday for me and going to church is when everyone... Thank you, my t-shirt. It's Unity. Yes, it's Unity of Tacoma. And anyway, so we were, now I've got to get back on track. All right. And so homecoming at the church that I was the churches I was previously at, is the time when everybody comes back from vacation, and we start celebrating being back together in our spiritual centers. That we're able to celebrate each other and what we've experienced in our lives. And so usually we use something to celebrate. So I wanted it to be specifically homecoming. And what does homecoming mean to you? So when I was in school, homecoming was, again, celebrating the fact that we're back together and we're going into a new cycle or a new year. And as we move into next week we have the fall equinox, and we're almost at the point where fall is upon us. Then we are at that cusp, that precipice of change. And so we are celebrating that change with a homecoming, and that's what we do at school when I was in school. And so the reason I brought that up is because there was a situation for me, my first homecoming in high school. And I'll never forget this because it was such a debacle. It was a serious situation that puts you into that yes and situation. So I was here in 1982. I was 15 years old, and I started Foss High School. And I was so excited that I was in high school finally. I was in 10th grade. They didn't start in 9th grade then. Now they start in 9th grade. And also when you had homecoming games, which was so important, you had your football game, your homecoming game. Because we only had a couple of stadiums here, we only had Stadium, and we had Lincoln, the games were always played in those two stadiums. So they went back and forth. So our homecoming game, even though it should have been at Foss High School, we didn't have a field. We had a practice field, but not a game field. So our homecoming was in Lincoln Bowl. How many of you have been to Lincoln Bowl? Lincoln Bowl is pretty popular. I believe there were a few famous people that ended up being at Lincoln Bowl in its time. Not me, but Lincoln Bowl is really a beautiful bowl, and it is a bowl. If you've ever been at the top of the bowl, you look down into it, and it is a bowl. I mean, it's got straight sides. So when you get there, you walk down these really steep concrete steps to get to the bottom to the field. And because even though it was our homecoming game and we were playing Lincoln in their bowl, it was still us. We were the home team, but we still had to sit on the other side. So when you sit on the other side, you have to go down in the bowl, and you have to go across and around, and there's mud on the side. Now that's all concrete, but at that time it was nothing but mud. And then we had to get to the other side. So we had to sit on the other side. So I get there with my girlfriend and her boyfriend were there, and I was meeting somebody. It wasn't a blind date, but it was a date. And I was meeting somebody who was a senior at Foss High School that I had met, but I hadn't really dated, so we were on this date. So we were meeting him. And he was in the band. He was playing bass drum in the band. He was usually a guitarist, but you can't play electric guitar in the middle of Lincoln Bowl in the rain. So he was playing the drum. So we were there to meet him. So I get there, and it's 1982. So I had the perfect coiffed hair. I'd spent an hour curling it with the curling iron, and then so much hairspray. Aquanet was my friend, and then this is my first football game. I'm so excited. I am wearing wide leg jeans and platform shoes. I'm wearing pump. I'm in Lincoln Bowl. Again, I am 5'2", and I have little tiny legs, and the steps are huge. And so I've got these platform shoes, and I'm going down these steps. So here I am trying to be gloriously cool, and I'm going down the steps. So my girlfriend's boyfriend, he's helping me down so I don't fall. And then we get to the bottom, and then we realize we have to walk around. And now Lincoln Bowl has a wonderful cement area where you can walk, but then it wasn't. It was all mud, right? So again, it rained earlier in the day. So of course, it's Pacific Northwest, rained earlier in the day. Nothing but mud puddles, nothing. Because it was like today, we hadn't had a lot of rain, so it rained a lot in the afternoon, so everything was puddling up, So I get down there, finally make it down to the bottom. Thank gosh I survived, right? I didn't fall. Walking around, we had to trudge through this mud with our shoes. And my wide leg jeans, and if you've ever had wide leg jeans, you know that they pick up everything, and they get wet all the way up to your knees, right? So by the time we get to the other side of the bowl, the game had already been going on. I don't even know how long it had been going on. Don't even remember if they won the game. But when I got to the other side, I was getting ready to meet this new guy, right? This guy I wanted to impress. So the bathrooms are on the other side of the bowl right before you go up to the seats. So, and it's a cinder block, just a really cinder block building, like they put together, and they put two different boys and girls bathrooms. So I decide that I'm like, I gotta go check my hair and make sure I look good, So I walk into this bathroom, and it had flooded in there. So I still had to go in because there was no other mirror, of course. And it's dark outside, so even if I did have one, I couldn't see, so I had to go in. So here we had the wide leg jeans and the platform shoes and we're in the Lincoln Bowl. I'm going in, my hair is atrocious, after spending an hour on it. And then, I also put like a bunch of layers of makeup on. It's 1982, so I had this eyeliner on that was so thick that I didn't even know if I had eyes, And so I guess I looked well enough, but by the time I got out there, I looked like a drowned rat, And I finally meet this guy. And he was great. He was a great guy, and we only dated a couple times, but, it ended up not being a thing, But we had a really good time. The whole point of that homecoming situation is it taught me at a very early age that sometimes, and most things, don't go the way they're planned. No matter how much effort you put into it, how much time you spend in the mirror, how much makeup you put on, how much you love the shoes you were wearing, it didn't go as planned. And I didn't meet my Prince Charming there. He was a nice guy, but he wasn't the one. And so, it didn't go exactly as I thought it would. But it was a time that we were able to experience something in the moment. And it was homecoming. How many times have you gone to a family get-together and you're like, oh, I gotta go have dinner with my family? And I have a big family. And so it's like 90. My mom had 90 first cousins. So it's huge family. And so when you go to this family reunion thing, it is homecoming because you're going home. And so you're meeting all of the people that you know, and you're doing all of the things, seeing them again. And you're dealing with all of the things that come to you, the drama in the moment, the things that you don't expect. Well, you can expect drama almost every time. But you know that it's okay. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be who you are. And yeah, you're not going to be loved by every single person every single time, and somebody's going to say, oh, I don't think that's cool. But that's okay. Not everybody has to be your best friend. And that's one of the things about being in the moment and thinking with that yes and mentality. Yes, I can be who I am. Yes, I can be with my family and friends. I can be here at Unity of Tacoma after being gone, everybody going off for summer, and we come together and we're sitting here on a Sunday exploring our spirituality in all different ways, and that's great. And not everybody's going to agree, and that's okay. Not everybody's going to like your chocolate cake, or they're not going to like the salad you brought, and that's okay. That's the point of being part of a community or a family. And when you go visit, it's homecoming each and every time. You're reminded of how you are accepted with this group of people that you've always loved. And sometimes, it seems like a chore, but when you get together, you feel better at the end. You feel better for doing it. And so when Sunday morning comes around and we're like, the alarm goes off and I'm like, oh my gosh, I slept a little bit longer than I should have. And then you're rushing and you're running around and you're like, oh, I should be doing this specific thing. And then you get here and you see all the lovely faces and you feel like you've come home. And you can be who you are. You can wear your platform shoes with mud all over, and you can wear your jeans that are wet up to the knees. You can have makeup running down your face and your hair all disheveled, and you can be who you want to be. And we'll love you anyway. We might not like your salad, but that's okay. We don't have to like your salad, and you don't have to like my chocolate cake. But we love each other for who we are, and we express who we are. So just remember, no matter how much you plan, you schedule, and you prepare, be open to, yes, this is the situation, and I'm ready to go on and see what happens next. And here at Unity, we provide that opportunity each and every Sunday. No matter what it is we're doing, or what we're talking about, or who's singing, we are available to be exactly who we want to be. And no one is going to judge us for it. No one's going to judge us for being who we are. Nobody's going to judge us for forgetting about what we want to say, or how we want to say it, or the words to a song. Or we may not think that we're doing the right thing at the right time, but know that you are, because Spirit is putting you there for a reason. If we take every single moment of every single day as a lesson to learn, then every day is an adventure. It's never the same. It never will be the same. So why not look at life as the opportunity to go on adventure every single day? Yes, and yes, this is my situation, and let's see where this goes. Yes, this is what it is, and I accept what's next. I thank you for listening to me today and my rambling, and I didn't even look at my book. And I appreciate you being here, for letting me be exactly who I am in the moment for whatever I need to be. So I love you. All right. So I'm going to have Dallas and Linda come back for another song, and then we're going to go into meditation.
Which one?
The song is by Carla Bonhoff. So take a nice deep breath. Me too. Traveling at night, the headlights were bright, and we've been up many an hour. And all through my brain came the refrain of home and its warm and fire. And home sings me of sweet things. My life there has its own wings. I fly over the mountains, though I'm standing still. The people I've seen come in between the cities of tiring light. The trains come and go, but inside, you know, the struggle will soon be alright. And home sings me of sweet things. My life there has its own wings to fly My life, there has its own wings. I fly over the mountain, though I'm standing still. And home sings me of sweet things. My life, there has its own wings. I fly over the mountain, though I'm standing still. Though I'm standing still.
Carla Bonoff.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, you know what time it is. It is time for meditation. So let's just close our eyes if that's what you feel is comfortable to you. Allowing yourself to sit supported. And just allow yourself to be. There's so many things, like I said before, that we are thinking about, worrying about. That, set it aside. This is a time to be present. Time to be available for what's here, what's now. And as you breathe in, you can breathe in all of the wonderful light that's around you. And as you exhale, you can let go of any darkness that you feel in your body. And with each exhale, just let it go. Inhaling the light and exhaling the darkness. Every time we take a moment to just be, we open up our hearts and our minds for what is. What is right now is as it should be. There is nothing else that needs to happen. You are supported. You are loved. You are cared for by this vast universe of all things in this universe, and you right here, right now, are safe, supported, and loved. What a wonderful thought. No matter what's happening in your life, no matter what's happening around you, you are grounded in this moment with safety, security, and love. No matter what happens, you can greet that thing, whatever it is, with yes. Yes, this is what is. And I'm ready for what's next. I move forward in each and every day with divine intervention in my pocket. I never have to worry about where or if it'll show up. I know it will. And it's as close as our hands and feet. It is right there all the time. We just need to pay attention to it. Turn our attention to it. And know that that support and love is there. yes, this is what it is, and I'm ready for the next. Whatever comes, I am ready. Sit with that thought for a moment, that you are safe and secure, and you can take on anything that comes your way, because you have Spirit with you all the time, within you, that divine spark that's with you always. You don't have to wait for it. You don't have to beg for it. You just have to feel it. And with gratitude, feel the safety, the love that you feel right now. Be grateful for all of the people that are here sharing your energy, expanding it, knowing that they will take it out into the world just like you. And the world is better for it. Take a breath. I am here. I am grateful. I am available to what's next. Take another breath. And bring your awareness back to the space, back to your body. You can start wiggling your fingers and toes, feeling your feet supported by the ground, your bottom supported by the chair. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you for taking this time for meditation, for being present and being aware, and being available for yes and. We're going to have some music from Dallas and Linda, and then we're going to go into our offering.
I know where you live, but you've never been home. Everyone in your house has been living alone. But something is wrong, and you know it's not fair. But it's easier to hide than to show that you care. Will you come home? Will you come home? Will you come home to your heart? You've kept away from yourself from the start. Now you can come home to your heart. You work hard all day, you strain to stand tall, trying to make someone love you, better yet make them all. But the doors are all closed, and your secrets concealed, and you're living your life so they're never revealed. Will you come home? Will you come home? Will you come home now? Come home to your heart. You've kept away from yourself from the start. Now you can come home to your heart. heart. Before you fill all your loved ones, you must fill your own heart. Don't look to others for direction or deeds. You're the first love that your heart ever needs. Will you come home? Will you come home? Will you come home? Home to your heart. You've kept away from your love from the start. Now you can come home to your heart. You've kept away from yourself from the start. Now you can come home. Come home to your Thank you.
Thank you, Dallas.
David Roth for you there.
Beautiful. Thank you. All right. Well, we come to the portion of our service where we open our hearts to give. All donations that we receive here at Unity of Tacoma go to support the missions and ministries and the music musicians and all of the things that happen here at Unity. And we are so grateful to you as you have given to us in the past, as you give in the future. And there are so many different ways you can give. You can go to our Facebook page and donate there. You can go to facebook.com/Unity of Tacoma to donate on our Facebook page. You can go to our website at unityoftacoma.org/donate to give there, and you can use your PayPal there. You can use our Zelle telephone number, 253-576-3225, and give via Zelle. Or you can mail a check to P.O. Box Unity of Tacoma, P.O. Box 112289, Tacoma, Washington 98411. And as you prepare to give, as you just hold it in your hands, just hold that energy right here and allow it to flow through you and as you. And as Jesus said in Luke 6:38, give and you will receive. You will be given much, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. It will spill into your lap. The way you give to others is the way God will give back to you. And as you visualize holding that gift within your hands, please repeat after me. Divine love, flowing through me, blesses and multiplies, all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful for my blessings today. And I am grateful in every way. And so it is. Amen. May the blessings that you give and share with the world bring so many blessings back to you. Thank you for being so generous with us here at Unity of Tacoma. And for those of you who are in the building, I forgot to say there is a prosperity box in the back that you can use if you so choose to do so. All right, it is time for our announcements. And our wonderful lady Victoria will come up and read announcements for you. And I forgot one, Victoria, so I will add it when you're done. Okay. The imaginary blue dot is supposed to be a...
I wish you could see the audience. I'm getting all kinds of visuals. Always assisting, always there, my family. So, do I have time for a little reflections?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. There's so much meat in what we heard today that there's a lot to reflect on. So I'll try and just synopsis. So I love the idea of yes and then, because it's kind of what life is about. It's about, okay, this is what I'm handed today, or this moment, and next we need to just move on into the next thing. There's a lot to be said about living in the moment. For some people, the moment is all there is. There is no past, and there is no future. All we've got is this moment. When you're with those special people, this moment is the one that speaks everything. And this moment is what can sometimes trigger things from the past, and joys, and music you loved, and all kinds of stuff like that. Pretty special. I love this last song. This last song about coming home to your heart. I've lived in some houses that were like that. I've lived with some people who were like that. I was like that for a while. And this whole idea of coming out of fear into authenticity and not being afraid to be who you are, wear what you want, it crossed my mind that maybe someday I should come to church in my pajamas, because I really am feeling like I slept too long, and I just would take out one more step and I could just come in my jammies and everything be cool. You never know. So at any rate, that's my reflections for today. To be who you are, to let yourself flourish in your own aura, and say yes, and then come home to your heart. So the announcements today start with wonderful experience yesterday was our painting class, watercolor painting class. Denise led us in it, and it was just so much fun as always. We had 8 people, and we've tried to do a thing with the technology and being able to bring my sister Debbie here from Illinois, but the Wi-Fi didn't work, so we'll work on that for next time, and we will have a next time, which will be in December. We're going to work on some ideas for some Christmas watercolor in December.
Can we give Denise a big round of applause?
Oh, absolutely. Huge round of applause for Denise. She put the whole thing together. She learns a lot online, and then her daughter, who is also very artistic, she uses her as her student, and Danielle gets to try out all this stuff and see if it really works before she gets it to us. So it's quite a family experience, and everybody can do just whatever it is that they want to do. You can follow directions or not. You can create your own thing if you want, and it's all glorious. So next Sunday, we'll be celebrating the fall equinox and welcome the change of seasons. Our musical guest will be Christine S. Young. So that fall equinox, that was the deal that Lori was talking about the homecoming. Yeah, when she mentioned it, I had no clue what she was talking about. And homecoming was not a great experience for me, especially my freshman year, when I was waiting for somebody to invite me and nobody did. And I looked forward to Sadie Hawkins, which was later, because then the girl got to ask the boy. Nowadays, we are much more progressive, and girls get to ask whenever they want. We will have a pet blessing after church on October 1st for St. Francis Day. We'll be blessing the pets walking by and giving them special treats. Bring your pet by, not in the church. We can't have them in the church. Or bring a picture. You can bring a picture into the church so we can see our pets and bless our pets. We have a dog watching place right down the street. So I'm hoping that the word will get to them, and they walk by in the alley all the time, so now they can come to the front door. Saturday, October 7th at 10 a.m., we will be heading over to Unity of South Sound for the memorial service for Reverend Deborah Olive. Reverend Deb, as so many of us called her, was in our church for 10 years. And she wasn't an old lady when she passed. She was still young and vibrant, and cancer came knocking. So we're going to join the other Unity Church in Tacoma and do Deb Olive's service. And Well, actually, I said that wrong. That was really misleading because Saturday, October 7th at 10 o'clock, that's Saturday. It's not a Sunday. So we're going to be here for Sunday. But on Saturday, we're going to go over to Unity of Tacoma, Unity of South Sound for that memorial. Unity is unity. It doesn't matter where it is. Our Saturday sandwich making, consequently, will not be on the first Saturday of October. It will be on the 2nd, which is October 14th. And sandwich making happens at 11 o'clock. Then on October 14th, come here to the Surge, to Unity of Tacoma. We make approximately 100 sack lunches for the homeless people. And Reverend Jimmy comes and picks them up and takes them directly to the homeless camps so that the people who really need what we have to offer can actually get it. We also accept donations of clothing and toiletries and other things that people who are homeless absolutely need. And we don't have a place to collect them ahead of time, so please bring them on that day. Jimmy comes that day. We do all the action that day. That would be October 14th, the second Saturday in October. Thanks.
Thank you. Yes?
I just want to say that my South Sound Readers Foundation is still busy. We're collecting books again.
Okay.
If you want to donate books, we take any books you got, but especially children's books we like a lot.
Do you want to come make an announcement on the mic? Okay. So the South Sound Readers Foundation is taking books of all kinds, all ages.
Especially children's books is what we like a lot.
Children books especially. And is there a time frame?
You can just bring them here to church and I'll take them.
Okay, anytime. You can bring the church. Any Sunday you can bring some books for all ages, and we will make sure that you get them, and especially children's books.
And also paper grocery bags, especially with handles.
Paper grocery bags with handles are needed, especially needed. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Awesome. Yes. I also wanted to tell you, too, that we are coming upon, after our homecoming, and we celebrate the equinox, then what do we do here at Unity of Tacoma? We do Faith in Action. So we're going to be doing Faith in Action starting October 1st, and that is a time of celebration where we do a lot of different things. We do an art project together. We read a book together. We meet and talk about the book together, and then of course, the most important thing is we end up having food together and snacks. So yeah, everybody's like, "Woo, let's eat." So that will start October 1st. That's the first Sunday. If you are interested in being part of the art project, and we have this wonderful art project that's coming up where we'll be painting on different canvases like this. Now, this is our social distancing art we did for Faith in Action a couple years ago. Was it Faith in Action? Yeah. No, it wasn't for Faith in Action, but we did a social distancing type art. Well, the one that we're doing now is also like this. We have 8 different canvases that we'll be putting together with an eternity symbol. So if you are interested in doing a little square for it, please let us know. And we have a couple of slots that are available, and we'd love to have yours shown up each and every Sunday. And each Sunday we'll have a new one posted up here so you can see it come together when it culminates into this wonderful project by the end. So please, if you're interested, if you are online and you're interested, you can email me at lori@unityoftacoma.org and let me know you'd like to be part of this. The book that we are reading is The Eternal Heart by Carl McColman. So we're looking forward to that. If you're interested, we're going to have a book study. I'm not exactly sure what day of the week it will be. I know it will not be Thursday. So other than that, that's what I know for sure right now. We'll have a schedule by next week. So, all right. So I would like to end our service today before we go off into our peace song with the Serenity Prayer. Many of you know the Serenity Prayer, and I wanted to end with that because it really is about what we talked about today. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change those I can change, and the wisdom to know the difference. thank you so much for being available and allowing me to just be whatever happened today. And I appreciate you all, and I love you. We're going to have we're going to sing our song, Let There Be Peace on Earth. For those of you who do not know the words are on the back table right there, and you can sing along. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful week.